Good morning. I remember years ago the government used to run public service campaigns. There were some against smoking, there were some about your brain on drugs. I think that we need some public service campaigns to show that being a father is sexy, hot, and hip. Um, the government certainly has a lot of money to spend on lobbyists and funding certain industries, Wall Street, the medical industrial complex, the military industrial complex. And what if we use just a little bit of that money to help people? There are a lot of people suffering, and sometimes, I think government has a great role to play in coming up with some bigger projects that help the people. One idea I have is, like I said, a public service campaign specifically for the Black community, showing that selecting a father who's a good provider, selecting a man only having sex with men who make good fathers are hip. That being a father is hip, it's hot, it's sexy, and it's like better, you know? Um, Glamorizing fatherhood, also providing parenting classes for people who want it, and more mental health services. So that's one aspect. The other one is the economic aspect. So I'm on vacation right now, and the city where I'm at, like many other cities, has tents. In the downtown area, tents with a lot of homeless people. And I know there's a certain percentage of homeless people who choose that, but the number has been really increasing. And people need help, and there are people in pain. I myself have had like something going on in my body where like I feel kind of shaky, and I've had like this really neck cramp, which I usually don't get. And it's humbled me a bit and reminded me that we all go through periods of pain and suffering. And I have my massage therapist and this and that, but we can't always pull ourselves out. Sometimes we need the help of stronger people. And I often offer that help, but sometimes I need that help. And there are people who really need that help. I think if I were the president, I was just looking, seeing all these homeless people or these tent encampments, and I was thinking if I were the president and saw that, the first thing I would want to do is like, what is the pain these people are in? How can we help them? How can we give them hope? What kind of economic programs can we put in place that make people actually feel engaged in their community, able to provide for themselves, and give them a reason to get up, give them some hope. I think that the government has a role to play that they haven't been playing. They've just been, playing in their own little backyard, enriching their lobbyists and letting people fend for themselves. And I think we need some more compassion, and we need some bigger programs that actually help people. You know, Instead of sending all that war and having all that money go to wars, what if we took a whole bunch of that money and trained people to be physical therapists and personal trainers and mental health professionals and hypnotherapists, and do somatic healing and offer incentives for people to work and manufacture things in our own country again, to start gardens or to start manufacturing, construction, like real projects. I don't really know what all the ideas could be, but I just really struck by the lack of investment in the people. I'm staying in this really nice little Airbnb right now in a downtown area, and it's kind of a hip area here, but there are also a lot of very homeless people and people sleeping on the street. I don't usually see that, and like, why are we okay with that? Governor Newsom, why are you okay with that? I'm in California. Why are you okay with that? I'm actually close to the Capitol. I'm in downtown Sacramento, in case you guys want to know where I'm at. Why are we okay with that? Like, why is that okay? I don't understand. I don't understand. That is the role of government, is to help people. That's what our tax money is for, and that's tax money I would happily provide. Happily provide. Yes, so thank you for the gentleman who left the comments about the Black community. I really, really like it when people educate me from a place of love and compassion instead of laying in on me, because it actually works. I actually listen and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so moved. You just taught me something new. He made the comment that the reason there's so many Black children without a father isn't because all the men are taking off. It's because the men who take off made so many children. Like he says, his dad stayed with him. He had 2 parents growing up. He left that in the comment. I'm not revealing anything personal. His father had 4 children, and he was raised by both of his parents, whereas his grandfather had 24 children, and none of them had a father. That, but again, it's the women picking those men. Ladies, that's why women have to be. So the onus has to be on women to be choosy in who we have sex with. And that's, again, I think that's a point that I keep making over and over. There's a reason that women are selective. There is a reason that women are selective, because we are the gatekeepers to sex for a reason, because we are the ones who get pregnant. We are the ones who are left with the children to raise, and we are responsible for having sex only with men who not only treat us well, but who would make good fathers. Even at this time in my life, past menopause, already being a grandparent, I still am looking for men who would make a good father. It's a good vetting tool at any time in our life. It's like, would this man make a good father? And so I want to end on this, because so many men go, women have it easy. If women would just lower their standards. No, we should not lower our standards. Women should not lower our standards, because when women lower their standards, you end up with children in broken homes and children who are traumatized, and we are perpetuating trauma. So to heal the planet, women have to raise our standards and keep our standards, not on superficial things like looks, height, or money, but on men who are good and decent and kind and relational, and men who would make good fathers. That's what we have to always keep in mind, ladies. And ladies, only have sex without a condom if you're in a relationship with a man and he would want to be a dad. That's it. So, and I think the government can do a lot to even just start some public service campaigns and think of some good economic projects to really help people, rather than projects that just enrich their cronies. But I'm just hopeless optimist, I guess. And thank you for watching my video.